Okay, boys and girls, so I'm going to show you how to use Braining Camp. Braining Camp is on your Northside portal to explore fraction circles. So let me show you what I mean. So the first thing you want to do is go to your Northside portal with your iPad. You're going to look for this Braining Camp, the math program that we usually use right here. After you find that, click there. The next thing you're going to do is look for this, fraction circles. It's this last picture of circles you'll see with all the different things you can do with Braining Camp. We're going to be focusing on the fraction circles. After you click that, let me show you an example. You can make fraction circles. So for example, here's a circle and it has a 1 in it. Now then I can click it here, drag it here. Then I can click the half. And if I fill up half the circle, that means 1/2 of the circle is shaded. The fraction will be 1/2, 1/2. I can also explore the fourths, the 1/4. So for example, with this circle, like I did, I'll show you in a minute, I have the red circle and then I look for the fraction that says 1/4, which is the yellow one right here. And I just basically click it and I move it and drag it to cover part of the solid circle that's red. If I click more of them, I might have this. If I have two 1/4 shapes, sections, basically that's the same thing as saying half of the circle is shaded. And I'm going to explain it a little bit better with my portal. So let me go to my portal. Okay. Here's Braining Camp. I go to fraction circles. Click here. If I drag this, that's one whole circle. If I'm trying to explore halves, I can do this. Half of the circle is pink, is shaded pink. I can go over here, get the pen, and put 1/2, because there's two parts of the circle, 1, 2, and one part is shaded. That's this part here. Now, if I wanted to put another half like this, let me show you. Go, let me see. You can actually turn it like this, and if I hit it like that, that means I have two parts that are shaded out of this circle. Then the fraction would be 2/2, which is the same thing as a whole fraction. So for example, here's the half. That's what we already know that. Half of the fraction is shaded. And if I click another half, I have the whole circle shaded up. It's covered up. So if I was to write my fraction, I would say there's two parts that are shaded, and there was two equal parts. 2 into 2 is the same thing as 1. It's the same thing as 1 equals 1. One whole circle's covered up. This will make more sense on the next slide. Well, actually, let's do this. Let me go ahead and erase it. Clear drawing. Okay, so let's try this. If we wanted to explore, let's put the halves away. We wanted to explore the fourths. This is the fourth shape, 1/4, 1/4. So that's right now, if I was to write that, only 1/4 of one part of the circle is covered up, which is right here. But there's 4 equal parts, and that's why there's a 4 on the bottom. Now let me show you with this one. If I have 1, and let me turn it, 2. So if I was to write this fraction, what it would look like would be 2 out of the 4 equal parts. The bottom number is the denominator, the top number is the numerator. So basically, you want to count all the equal parts. So there's 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. But only 2 of them are shaded. That's why I have a 2 on the top. Just like over here, there's only 1 equal part that's shaded, but there's 4 total parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why there's a 4 at the bottom. Okay, let me show you another thing. If I wanted to see how many equal parts I can do, let's see, and I can turn this a little bit too. If you kind of spin it, turn it a little bit like this, okay, that's 2 equal parts, 2 over 4, 2 fourths. Now let's try this another way. Let me show you. Okay, this would be 3 parts. There's 3 equal parts. See, 1, 2, 3. So if I was to write that fraction, I would have a 3 on the top. 3/4 of this fraction circle is filled yellow. It's shaded yellow. But there's 4 equal parts. You always want to count the equal parts and put that number on the bottom. That's the first thing you need to do. Now, of course, if I put another one on the 4s, I would have 4 over 4. 4 parts are shaded over 4 equal parts, which is the same thing as 1, meaning the whole thing's covered up. So we'll talk a little bit more about this too in class. But this is a fun thing because you can actually experiment. If I wanted to see how many fifths, this is 1 out of the 5 shapes, 5 equal parts on the circle, and just experiment. Just have some fun with this. Okay? And this is on your braining camp. Fraction circles.